Hi, I'm Alanna again from Good Night Sleep site, and today we have Laurel Crossley from Optimum. Laurel specializes in both children and adults dealing with anxiety, excessive worry, whether diagnosed or not, and she runs programs and provides them supports and tools to get through it. Thanks so much for joining.
Job.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
You're welcome.
So we know we're going to focus on anxiety and sleep.
Yes.
We know that it's sometimes not just simple behavioral tendencies as to why a child can't sleep through the night.
Right.
Sometimes it can be as common as a nightmare, but sometimes it can be more complex, something that you call busy brain syndrome.
Yes.
So explain us a little bit about that and how it affects children in sleep.
So it's really interesting. I don't know if it's an actual term, so there's my little disclaimer, whether it's an official term, but it's something I talk about with parents. And when I mention it to parents and I say, do you think your child has, busy brain syndrome? And they look at me and they say,
It clicks.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so really what it is the inability to shut your brain off. So, you deal with the little tiny weeny little squirts. Mm-hmm. And in older children, you'll get kids who can't fall asleep. Mm-hmm. You'll get children who have their night light on when they continue to read, or the parents are trying to go to sleep and the kids are still up. And
right.
Then they start making excuses, and then they start talking about everything that went on during the day, and so their downtime is when they hit the pillow. And when I say their downtime, that's when they're processing everything that happened during the day.
Right.
So every incident that's come to them, because all of a sudden their brain is quiet, and that's when they start to process. Mm-hmm. So that inhibits sleep. Absolutely.
So, and you had mentioned parents too. I mean, it's something that I talk to my parents a lot about is our children absorb our energy. So if parents are going, in today's, society, we have over anxious parents, excessive worry with parents. So do you find that with your clients that it reflects then onto the child too?
Absolutely. And what happens, I love this beautiful chaotic energy that goes on in the house.
Yeah.
I'm kidding on the beautiful chaotic part. But it is where, the parent keeps checking on the child.
Right.
And then the child gets, wants to talk more, wants to engage. And then the parent will say, why aren't you sleeping? Why aren't you sleeping?
Yeah.
So that intense, craziness is still going on, when the child is trying to sleep.
Right.
And so, the parent's influence on their children is absolutely incredible. And the other thing that I mentioned is technology.
Absolutely.
Staying connected to technology. A lot of kids have that technology in their bedrooms, an iPhone, an iPad, whatever. That can interfere with sleep as well.
Yeah.
The light actually from an iPad emulates the light that, I can't remember what UV spectrum it is, but it emulates daylight.
Yeah.
And so the brain thinks, oh, it's time to stay up.
Yeah, it suppresses the melatonin. Mm-hmm. So we got to shut off the technology for sure. So what do? We know it's happening. It can be really paralyzing for parents. They don't know what to do. So what are some methods, what are some techniques that parents can implement with their kids?
So there's a whole whack of things that we can do. The first thing I would say is take all technology out of the bedroom and have a nice, consistent bedtime routine. The problem seems to be, for many parents, is having that consistent bedtime routine every single night, and even with the older kids. Because, they're taking them to lessons, so, you're jamming food into them, and then you're jamming them off to whatever event they have to go to, and maybe you're taking 3 kids to 3 separate activities, and it's just total craziness. So if we can limit the evening routine so that it's a little bit more simple. I also recommend, now I'm recommending to parents, they're going to laugh, not to allow your child to read before bed.
Right.
Instead, we want an outflow of information as opposed to an input of information.
Interesting.
And so journaling for the older children is a fabulous way to get out all the things that are bothering them, bugging them, thoughts that they had, and then they can close that and it's gone. And night-night.
Love that.
As opposed to reading and getting all excited. Oh, I wonder what's going to happen. And I've got parents whose children are avid readers and they won't put the book down.
Right.
So I'm suggesting output as opposed to input when you're sleeping. Coziness, I've actually suggested to parents to shift their beds around because sometimes they like to face in different directions and have the child input that. But consistent bedtime routine, as you and I know.
Yeah, absolutely. It's huge. And let's talk, we don't have a lot of time, but let's talk a little bit about meditation, because I know that's something that you practice a lot with your families and something that I think is amazing for the entire family to do. So can you talk a
Absolutely.
little bit about that?
Yeah. So another tool before going to sleep is I often talk to children about shutting their brains off. So get the journal, write out what they have or whatever you want them to write in a book or whatever. And then have them do just a quick little meditation, which involves closing your eyes, doing 3 deep, nice breaths in and out to slow down. And I actually encourage the children to have a something to focus on, a little vignette that makes them feel calm and peaceful. And it really works to calm their mind.
Thank you so much. It's valuable information. I know it's such a common issue with parents, and I think that's great. Thanks for joining us. For more information about Laurel and the programs and methods that she offers, you can head over to optimom.ca. And for more information about Goodnight Sleep Site and how to work with a Goodnight consultant, you can head over to goodnightsleepsite.com. Thank you.